Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin have held a 2-hour-long phone conversation, and the biggest takeaway is that both leaders have agreed on the need for peace and an end to the Ukraine war. Both leaders have also agreed to improve bilateral ties between Washington and Moscow. Amongst the key agreements in the phone call was the beginning of a ceasefire on energy and infrastructure targets, as well as technical negotiations on the implementation of a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea. But Putin has not yet agreed to the 30-day truce proposed by the United States and has put forth, in fact, his demands of Ukraine renouncing the NATO membership, reducing its military, and protecting Russian language in Ukraine. Donald Trump, however, claimed that the two leaders have discussed dividing certain assets between Russia and Ukraine. But what are the larger implications of this phone call? We take this conversation forward. I have with me Dr. Sergei Dvorianov, Director of Communication of BCMF. Dr. Sergei, I want to understand from your perspective, would you agree with what the previous panelists have had to say, that in this particular phone call, Vladimir Putin has actually emerged victorious in somewhere convincing the United States of America that the US will have to listen to the demands that are being made by Russia?
Thank you so much, Devika, for invitation. First of all, I want just remind the root cause of the conflict in Ukraine is the desire of the Western Alliance to destroy Russia and use Russian resources to enrich itself. This project was a fiasco. And right now we can see that administration of Donald Trump completely turned to another direction, because mindset of Donald Trump is a big difference. For example, Joe Biden was full of hypocrisy, and even he, in his interview, once he named our national leader killer, which is not acceptable at all. We know very well that this project to put Ukraine fully in conflict is a project last 20 years. Immediately after destruction of USSR, and when USSR was felt in the Cold War, Americans, politicians and decision makers start to continue their game to destroy not only USSR but Russia. And fortunately, we have such a responsible leader, Vladimir Putin, who is wise and very prominent and very, very spiritual. And right now, a mindset of Donald Trump is completely opposite. It's win-win strategy. We should pray for peace, we should trade for peace. Why we should destroy Russia if we can start some not only peacemaker negotiation, but also some trading with Russia. Like a lot of companies which already leave Russian market, they will come back. And right now, I know this very inside information. Why conversation itself was 2 hours? Because it's a big topic regarding not only situation in Ukraine, it's topic regarding to restart and refresh all our relationship between America and Russia. Because I want again remind famous American prophet, his name was Edgar Cayce. He already predicts it will be friendship, deep friendship between our countries for the benefit of the whole world. And right now the main question, when the Mr. Zelensky, who is not president right now, he already lose all his power, his legacy, when he will be removed and when we can expect appearance of new, very responsible leader of Ukrainian nation. That's all.
I want to understand from your perspective, what do you think will become the future of Volodymyr Zelensky in this particular war?
Thank you so much. It's a very important question, but I can see that Vladimir Zelensky already completed his mission. First of all, he was not an independent politician. He was chosen by Western Alliance, especially with a purpose, with an aim. He had no any kind of political experience. He was just comedian. And that's why he was purposely chosen for this. During his election, he promised that he will bring peace, but he bring war, unfortunately. Right now, his mission was conflict. But come again to America. I can compare Donald Trump with John Kennedy and Mahatma Gandhi. Why? Because he break down stereotypes. he remove and reduce this enmity, because Russia and Ukraine conflict was so well organized and outside, and Western Alliance pushed Ukraine to fight with Russia without any resource. Right? And right now we can see that Donald Trump break down the stereotypes, like Mahatma Gandhi, all his team, they achieve independence. India achieved independence because of Ahimsa movement. They not fight, they pray to God. And right now, I believe that two leaders, Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, both of them, they are believers. That's why I, like a religious philosopher, I can see that we cannot solve all this problem with materialistic approach. We should definitely find the will of God in this conflict, and we should bring some spiritual energy. That's why I already mentioned a lot of times in our panel discussions, we should involve some spiritual leader, some expert, some scientist in this peacemaking dialogue. It's very important because we should change the vision. We should change the paradigm, you know. I completely believe to this. Why? Because it's a prediction of Edgar Cayce. When I mention his name, nobody can give some feedback. But we should again and again remind that we have some, our human civilization, we have some more challengers. We should save our planet together, and we should reduce our enmity to each other. That's why global leaders like Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, both of them, they're very responsible, and I believe that it will be real peace.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have, but I thank all of our panelists for joining us to take this pertinent conversation forward. We will continue to track developments on the Russia-Ukraine war on the other side. Stay tuned.